Hey, happy day 709 of What's She Up To Now. She being Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, me, also known as Pajama Grandma. What am I doing is I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world to the online world. So I can do what I want, when I want, where I want, with whomever I want, wearing whatever I want, being me. It's all about me actually giving myself permission to be myself. So today I was thinking about vicious circles or vicious cycles. Shared 10 idioms yesterday that have to do with challenge or difficulties because I started a 10-day challenges, how to do challenges challenge to help people set up their own challenge, to attract the people that they want to attract to them, to create results for people really, really quickly, to do whatever it is that they want to do. And as part of that, I wanted to say, okay, what are 10 idioms? Because I'm into idioms for about almost a year now. I've been kind of into idioms. I find them really fascinating. It's like a lot of people pick words and what do words mean. Well, I decided I was going to learn more about idioms and what do they mean and how do they impact us. Primarily because an idiom means it's an expression, a group of words that don't really mean what the individual words mean. When you combine them together, they mean something totally different than when they're taken separately. So a vicious cycle was one of those 10. And I kept saying vicious circle instead of vicious cycle. Well, lo and behold, upon my research, I found that vicious cycle and vicious circle are interchangeable. They mean the same exact thing. And the origin of the sayings, they kind of come together. A vicious cycle or a vicious circle is, of course, an insidious or bad or negative, terrible thing that happens in a circular motion and feeds upon itself, like a thought cycle. To me, thought cycles are huge examples of vicious circles or vicious cycles. Negative thinking in any way, shape, or form tends to build upon itself and create more of itself. Vicious cycle and vicious circle sort of come from the French term circle, which means a circular argument or a circular proof, where the proof or the validity of the first statement depends on the proof or the validity of the second statement. Well, the proof of the validity of the second statement, it turns out, depends on the proof and the validity of the first statement, and it goes in this circular fashion. Downward spirals remind me of circular loops. Examples of vicious cycles or vicious circles would be poverty. People born in poverty tend to stay in poverty throughout their entire life, and it becomes a generational thing. A self-fulfilling prophecy is an example of a vicious cycle. Some examples that come to mind are thinking, and this would be a thought one as well, the fatter I get, the more unhappy I feel. The more unhappy I feel, the more I eat to feel better. The more I eat to feel better, the more weight I gain. The more weight I gain, the fatter I feel. And the fatter I feel, the unhappier I get. And this just becomes this loop, this cycle of gaining more and more and more and more weight. Not trusting somebody, or being fearful about fidelity or something in a relationship, or not feeling good enough, you'll tend to treat the other person as if you don't trust them. Well, when you treat somebody like you don't trust them over and over and over again, it's usually just a matter of time before they behave in the way that you don't want them to, because they feel like they're not trusted. So you get this loop of doubt, worry, fear, not being able to forgive people, not trusting people. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you get the exact behavior that you think you don't want, because we always get what we expect, right? Negative or positive, what we think about, what we expect shows up in our life. If I don't want to lose money on something, I'll think about it all the time. I'll think about losing money, and all of a sudden I will lose money on something. If I don't want something to happen, or I do want something to happen, it will usually happen predominantly based on what I'm thinking about. It's kind of a woo-woo thing, but it's very true. And if you think about it for a couple of minutes, I'm sure you can find a lot of examples in your life where this has happened. I actually didn't know it at the time, but I believe at this point that that's how I ended up having a sudden cardiac arrest. I was in this thought loop, and it became this self-fulfilling prophecy that I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to handle this. This is more than I can take. This is more than I can handle. And my whole body and life actually just shut down. And it was after it was weeks for sure, probably almost a month of just thinking this every single day, hundreds if not thousands of times a day. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I can't handle this. This is more than I can handle. More stuff keeps flying at me than I can handle. And I needed a reset, and my body actually shut down. I had a sudden cardiac arrest, spent a week or so in a coma, getting frozen, and fortunately I'm here to talk about that. But that is a huge example of a vicious cycle, a vicious thought cycle of negativity, to the point where we create things in our life that we absolutely positively don't want, out of doubt, worry, fear, and negative feelings. So vicious cycle, vicious circle. Felt a little better about knowing that they are actually the same thing, so I wasn't just confused. I was just interchanging them in my mind, because that's how I've learned them over the decades. I'm sure I've heard that expression and had examples of that happening in my life and those around me my entire life. So vicious circle. Challenge. Started the 10-day challenges secrets challenge yesterday. Did day 1, which was what's in it for me. Today I will do day 2, which is what's in it for them. What's in it for the people that you want to attract to your challenge. What is it? What's in it for the people that participate in your challenge? That'll be the topic of today's challenge, day 2. Just finished Happy Every Day. Day 370 today was the last day. It was just sort of a lessons were learned. What did I learn from doing 365 plus days, every single day, of focusing on at least one thing during the day that makes me happy? What was the impact and the lessons learned from that? And tomorrow I'm planning on starting doing one fun thing every day. Where's my little book? Oh, did they all go flying? Let's see if we can grab it. I'm definitely having issues with my bangs today. So, thinking about doing one fun thing every day, but I give a suggestion to people to pick how they want to feel, one word or one way they want to feel this year, and maybe creating their own do one thing every day that makes you blank, happy, feel loved, connected, in being an influencer, whatever it is. And maybe I will do a challenge like that. But for right now, I already committed and said I would do one fun thing every day on my Pajama Grandma page. So, you know, I'm one of those people, when I say I'm going to do something, I freaking do it, whether I still want to do it or not. Now, I need to get better at saying, yeah, that doesn't make sense. But for right now, I want to do it. So tomorrow, I will start on the Pajama Grandma page only. It's the only place I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to share it everywhere. If you want to follow along with me for 365 days, it's at least 365 days. I'm not sure how many. This book is a little different than the do one thing a day that scares you and the do one thing every day that makes you happy, in that it says you can hop around and you can move around and you can do whatever you want with it. To me, that doesn't work for the structure and the reason that I do the one thing every day thing. I do the one thing every day video to actually wake my voice up every morning so that I can do my content video for my folks, for my people, for the people I'm here to serve. And so I want to wake up my voice, and to wake up my voice, I need to do it in order. I can't just hop around in the book. It's kind of like my idioms book where I have been hopping around, and I found it really, I found it hard and distracting, and have had a post-it mark and things. And so hopping around randomly, it's harder. It takes more time for me to plan and think about than if I just go through it in order. So for right now, my plan is tomorrow to start doing one fun thing every day on my Pajama Grandma page. So I might change that throughout the year. I probably won't, but we'll see how it goes. It's more of an activity book, an action book, so it's a little bit more difficult than doing one thing a day that scares me or stretches my comfort zone, or doing one thing a day to achieve a certain feeling or happiness. Sharing a saying is very different than writing or doing or drawing a creative activity. It's different than describing and sharing that. I mean, how do I translate this without scanning the page or something, which I'm not going to do. Too much technology that I'm not interested in doing. How do I do that and translate that into something that's of value to you? So, Pajama Grandma page, one fun thing every day. And why? Because I personally need more fun in my life. The older I get, the slower I get, the less fun things are. And so, just like being more happy and focusing more on happiness, I want some more fun in my life. And I think most of us need more fun. I mean, we can approach life as a serious, stoic thing, but guess what? None of us are getting out of it alive. So why not have fun and enjoy the experiences along the way? So tomorrow, one fun thing every day. Supersize Your Business was about a vicious cycle. I think I already shared that. Challenge, day 2. And I also am listening to Kelly Roach's, what is her thing called? Live launch sequence. And that's coinciding with my 10-day challenge. So I'm just probably going to listen to her videos. Not sure how much I'll actually participate in it. Would like to, but doing my own challenge, it just gets, and watching a 4-year-old and a new puppy and 2 other dogs during the day, it makes it more stressful than I want it to be. And guess what? Maybe that's what I should do. Do one thing every day that doesn't stress me, reduces stress or something. Anyway, I will figure it out. I just got a reminder from my sister that it is my youngest sister's birthday, which I already remembered, but I want to message her or give her a call. She's got my flu, or not my flu, but she's got the flu, just like all of us have had. I am finally, hopefully, coming out of that. I'm still coughing. I'm still having a few challenges with it, but I told myself if I wasn't feeling better yesterday and I was still coughing, I would go to the doctor, but the cough has really slowed down, so I'm letting myself off the hook and not going to the doctor because I don't like going to the doctor. Long story. Anyway, if I can help you anyway, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, have an absolutely amazing day and watch for what's to come, because I am honing in on some really cool things that I am super excited about in 2020, all involving vision, which we know is a huge challenge for me with my dueling magnifying glasses at all times. We know that vision, this is kind of a Sharon year, right? I mean, vision, blind, let's see what we can do. All right, catch you tomorrow. Have a fabulous day. Bye, take care. I will see you tomorrow. Well, I might not see you, but I will be here. Bye.